Hey guys, how's it going? Value Venture Investing here today. So today we're going to be talking about Disney. Specifically, we're going to be talking about Disney Plus. Now, I've done a couple videos on this actually. I recommended Fox, that's 21st Century Fox stock. Well, it must have been about a year ago. I also covered on a video the acquisition, and of course I've held since then. So this video is going to be describing what happened with that, specifically what happened to my shares, a little bit of background, what I'm holding, if I'm going to continue to hold, what I'm going to do. And then we're going to be talking about the new service, the Disney Plus, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on that. So first things first, let's take a look at the stock here. Disney, we're on the weekend right now, of course, but Disney on Friday, wow, it was on a tear. It was up about 11.5%. And of course, this was related to the event that they had where they basically unveiled Disney Plus. Now, I think a lot of people were surprised at the price. A lot of people were surprised at the amount of content. But it also helped that they also did a teaser trailer of the new Star Wars movie, The Rise of Skywalker, which is going to be huge. But you can definitely tell that the market really, really likes this news. So what happened with me? So like I said, I made a video a while ago. Now this is a screenshot here of my account just prior to the conversion that took place. Now it says NA here because I guess it was in the process in my brokerage account here. So I was up about 54% on my investment. Like I had told you guys, I thought it was a very good buy. So, I made about $3,200 American. So my total position was worth about $9,000. I didn't know what to do here. Like, there was getting a lot of conflicting information. Sometimes when these things go through and different news is coming out, things change. I had some proxy statements that came in the mail, and they seemed to indicate, depending on the price of Disney and the price of Fox, what was going to happen. So it was very confusing, and if any of you guys held through this, it was very confusing. So the way that I looked at it is I wanted a piece of Disney. I thought Disney was a good buy, but I felt like Fox was kind of going to be stripped because after this, Fox became New Fox, and it's actually trading under the same ticker, Fox A. And it's basically been stripped of a lot of the good stuff, in my opinion. They still had Fox News and I believe some of the sports as well. But I felt like there wasn't maybe a lot of value there. So immediately after the conversion took place, I was regretting it. I think I was down about $600. Now, part of that was because Fox itself tanked. However, there was a lot of confusion in the market. I don't know if any of you guys were watching this. Comment down below if you were. But basically, it dropped a huge amount, but that huge amount was warranted because a lot of that shareholder value went to Disney, right? This caused a lot of chaos and confusion and basically caused the stock to fall a little bit further. So that's basically what put me under where I was before. So I have a little article here I'll read to you. Now, I think that this article did a really good job of explaining it. And this is one of the reasons I'm still holding my Fox A. I want to sell it because I don't think there's a lot of value there, but I think it's going to come up a bit because investors didn't realize what was going on. So the article goes on to say, so what? So the confusion about the stock among the different media outlets seems to have been caused by New Fox taking 21 Century Fox old tickers, Fox and Fox A. So I described that to you guys earlier. 21 CFF, that's 21 Century Fox, we'll call it 21CF, is now trading under the tickers TFCF and TFCFA. So that is New Fox, okay? So it says, though some outlets are reporting Fox and Fox A are down 22%, it's not correct. It just seems that way because New Fox is under the same ticker. So the article to me is a little bit confusing here with the way it goes about this. Basically what it's saying is the last sentence here is New Fox is under this same ticker, right? So of the 26% of 21st Century Fox that New Fox got, New Fox shareholders received about 1.26 shares for each single share of 21 CFF, which explains why Fox and Fox A tickers are trading down about 22%. Based on the distribution agreement, shares of New Fox are worth about 22% less than shares of 21st Century Fox. So I hope that made a bit of sense there. So basically what it's describing is that it was all kosher. If you held through that, you got your Disney shares and you got your Fox, and my ticker is Fox A, which is New Fox. I believe that everything should have been fine. You should be at least equivalent. And now if we take a look at my account here, we can see that I now have Disney shares. I have 57 shares. So my position is worth about $7,400. So that's showing up 73%. So I don't quite understand the percentages that my broker is showing here. But we also have Fox A, as I said. I have 58 shares, and that's worth a market value of $21.76, so it's showing up about 38%. So if I put those two together, I'm actually much better off, although we saw that huge gain on Friday of 10 or 11.5% or whatever it was. So now I'm about $9,500. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to hold Disney. I'm going to give you the reasons why I'm holding Disney, some of the details behind it, and I think if Fox is around 40, I'm going to be out, but that might change. So on to Disney Plus. So this, I think, was the kicker for investors, $6.99. So that's like a direct shot across the bow of Netflix, possibly even Apple, although we don't know any information on Apple, and it's going to be available on November 12th. So I think that's huge. If you look at the content that's going to be available for that, that's a steal of a deal. And this is just starting, right? We've got all the Disney content. So in that, they're going to be showing a lot of old movies. I can't remember. I think there's like 60 or 80 or something old classic Disney movies. They have Pixar, they have Marvel, Lucasfilm, Star Wars. They have 30 years of The Simpsons. They have National Geographic, which I think is huge. I was surprised to see that one. Of course, all Fox assets as well. So if you're curious of what's going to be on this Disney Plus, go to their website, take a look at it. It really gives you a good breakdown of what there is. With Disney, Pixar, what I see so strategic about this is that this is all going to be pulled off of Netflix. Now, I don't think Netflix is going to die, per se. Like, I think it can continue to do well, but I think with the multiple it's trading at right now, I wouldn't buy it. And when you look at households, I watched an interview on CNBC with the CEO of Disney. He didn't specifically mention this, but he talked about how they're bundling it. And if you look at households, I mean, this has gone down over the last several years. If you take a snapshot of just the U.S., because this is starting in the U.S., there's a huge proportion of households who have kids, right? And if you're gonna have kids, I think if people have entertainment, they're gonna go for Disney Plus because of the Disney, the Pixar, even the Marvel, some of that kind of stuff, right? And parents, parents love that stuff too, but the parents are gonna be going for a lot of these different things as well. So it seems kind of like a no-brainer to me that it's gonna create a lot of value to consumers, especially even over Netflix. And this is something that the CEO talks about. He says we have almost 100 years of entertaining. We have built this brand, and this brand has so much value, but they've went about it in a different way. They went about it in the old school way. They've, taken it to theaters. The theaters have got their cuts. They haven't went direct to consumers. They haven't given consumers many choices. And this CEO, the way he describes it, is so flexible. And this is huge. He gives an analogy of film. He says if people want to take pictures, a lot of businesses fail because they want to continue to sell that, whatever it may be, film, right? Film in the camera. So they want to focus on selling film, because that's what that's what they know. They're not looking towards the future, right? We all know the way the future's going, but if you're a company that's going to die, you're thinking, how do I sell more film? Well, the CEO said we shouldn't be just thinking about, how do we sell more film? We should just let them take pictures. You know what I mean? Do what's best for the consumer. And I thought this is a really good quote of what he said here. He said, we make content that people love. Why not give it to them in a compelling platform? And that really resonated with me. So if you have time, look at that, watch that interview. It was I thought it was very good and really gave me a lot of bullish feelings on the company. Another thing here, 60 to 90 million subs by 2024. I think that was another thing that drove the stock. That's huge. I mean, Netflix has about 150 million worldwide. Um, but this is still huge, and I think they're being kind of modest. They also expect to be profitable around this time as well. So I think that's something else that really drove the stock up. Now, there is some issues, of course. I mean, I think this is going to be wildly successful, especially at the price point that it's at. The question or not is whether people are going to jump ship from Netflix or they're going to add another service. But, that could be some potential issues. But some of the issues I see are with profits. When the CEO was questioned about this by CNBC, saying that Netflix has 150 million subscribers worldwide and they're still not profitable, he kind of danced around the question a bit. So that was a little bit of concern, but he kept focusing on the fact that he said we already have a brand. Netflix, in a lot of respects, is still building a brand and they're just licensing stuff, right? So that's the difference. A lot of people don't realize a lot of these Netflix even shows, Netflix originals are licensed. Whereas Disney already has the infrastructure in place. They're the ones building it. They're the ones, doing the whole thing. And that's the same sort of thing with Apple. That's why I'm a little bit more bullish on these companies, right? Another issue that was kind of nestled in there that you might not have seen was that the CEO is actually on the board of Apple. And so now we kind of see that there might be a little bit of a conflict of interest in respect to the streaming services. So he says that he recuses himself when anything related to streaming comes up in Apple. But I could see this being an issue in the future. I think, right now it's too small. He even said that himself, that it's too small of, an issue to be an issue right now for Apple, but he might have to, step down in the future. But that's something that I would definitely watch. So that was just a quick recap on the Disney event, where I'm at with my shares, where I'm going to be going in the future. But I'm really curious what you guys think. I mean, specifically, I want to know about Hulu, because Disney has a minority share in that as well. I mean, does anybody use that? I thought it doesn't really have any value, so I never went with it. And if you do have Netflix, would you be adding this service? Like, I'm actually really curious what people would do. Or would you be dumping Netflix and just be going with Disney Plus? Because you got to keep in mind, I mean, these Star Wars movies, Marvel, all the like Captain America stuff like that, that's all going to be coming off Netflix. So I think that that's been a lot of value for Netflix so far. So I'm really curious what you guys think. If you're looking to get in, I think I might pull back a bit because that was quite a jump on on Friday, but who knows, right? As always, do your own due diligence, do your own research, and I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you can too, because it really helps the channel. So that's going to be it for today, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.